Okay, welcome back. Here's 9.3 day 2. Here's your problem of the day. Here is mine. So first things first, we are going to go to the draw. Okay, we're going to put a line down the middle. We got to separate our equation from each side. Our goal is to get that letter, the variable, by itself. We got to get k by itself. So first, I need to get rid of the constant near the variable. Is this the constant near the variable? No, this is the constant near the variable. We got to get everything, we have to get as many things away from k first as possible. This one's a little more tricky because they're glued together. So we're going to get rid of this -9. To get rid of a -9, you have to do the opposite. So it's going to be the same number, but instead of negative, it's going to be a positive. So we have a positive and negative, the same number. Those cancel out, make a 0 pair. Whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do the other, +9. All right, and then you want to add down. 9 plus 3 gets you 12. 5 plus 1 gets you 6. And 162 equals 9k. Okay. Now I have to get rid of that 9 from the k. That 9 and the k are held together by multiplication. To get rid of multiplication, you have to do the opposite, which is division. So I'm going to divide by 9. Divide both sides by 9. Okay, so now when you do 9 divided by 9, that gets you 1. All right, 9 divided by 9 gets us 1, so 1, and we are just left with k. And then we have to do 162 divided by 9 gets us a nice, perfect 18. If you didn't know that off the top of your head, you could type it in the calculator, or you could have done it long division on the side. But this is our final answer, 18 equals k. We are done. Now it's your turn to do this one on your Nearpod. So if you have any questions, ask it now. Otherwise, solve this on your own. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you split your equation in half. Then you have to get rid of the constant near the variables. And you have to get rid of this -3. The opposite of -3 is +3. Add +3 to both sides. You are left with 2x here and -27 plus a +3. You have different signs, so we're actually going to subtract them and then keep the sign of the bigger number. So 27 minus 3 is 24. And we keep the sign of the bigger number. Is 3 bigger or 27? 27 is bigger, so it's going to be a -24. Now we're not done. You got to get x all by itself. So I have to do the opposite of 2 times x, which is 2 divided by and divide by 2. So 2 divided by 2, those cross out, give you 1. Whatever you do one side, do the other, divide by 2. And so on this side, you're left with x. And -24 divided by 2 gets us 12. And negative divided by a positive gets you a negative. It's the final answer of -12. So hopefully you got something like that. Okay, remember these are all review, so hopefully as we get each week you're going to get a little bit harder. Okay, on to today's stuff. We are back to rotations. Remember, rotation is transformation. We're just spinning things and they are turning. The orientation's changing, but all the shapes do stay congruent. We still have a pre-image and an image, and we show that by our letters like A to A prime, and congruence means the same. So our steps changed a little bit today. Yesterday you had to take an image and you had to write down the points, all the ordered pairs, and then you had to change them based on what the instructions gave you. Today you're going to be given an image and a pre-image. You still have to write the points down, but then all you have to do is check our handy dandy chart and write what happened. Did it rotate clockwise, counterclockwise, and how many degrees did it rotate? Okay. Remember, clockwise goes to the right, and counterclockwise goes to the left. And here's our handy dandy chart. Remember, we don't use the 270. Okay, 90 degrees just means a quarter turn. 180 degrees means a half turn. If you're familiar with skateboarding, they talk about degrees a lot with spinning on a skateboard, or any like biking or anything. Okay, so here's our chart. Here are our steps. So we got to list the points from the pre-image and the image. So I'm going to pick purple. So I'm going to so remember my pre-image, and remember again that we can get in the habit of labeling it. The pre-image is the one that does not have tick marks. So this one is the PI, and this one is the image. Okay, so we're going to start with the pre-image. Pre-image goes first here. And this is the image, and we're going to have to write a rule after this. So I'm going to zoom in and hope that I still can have my shape. Okay, that's close enough. So, we got A, B, C, D. Okay, we have to change it for these letters. Okay, so we got S, T, U, V. Okay. So I need the ordered pair for S. So this is 0, 0. So go left and right first, which this is X. I have to go positive 1. So it's going to be 1, comma. I have to go down 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be negative 3. Okay. T, start at 0. Go left and right first. That's the X. Positive 1, up 1. So that's going to be a positive 1 and positive 1. To get to U, I start at 0 again. I have to go left or right. Is U to the left? No, U is to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. That's in the positive direction. So my X is 3, and I have to go up 1, 2. 3, 2. All right, now V is down here. So I start at 0. I still go right to 1, 2. So that's a positive 2, but now I have to go down. Down is negative, so I have to go 1, 2 in the negative, so it's going to be negative 2. Okay, now you could just look at this and be like, Ms. Abbott, I know which direction it goes, and I know the rule already. Yes, you can already know the rule already. I totally understand. However, I can't tell you how many times students think they know and they end up writing the wrong direction. So we're just going to write all the points. We're going to write all the points for this one, and we're going to look at the chart and see which one it is, and the chart will tell us which direction it goes, so that way we for sure know which direction we're going. Because you'll get a bunch of half credit or no credit on your quizzes if you don't write them correctly. Okay, so now let's change the color. Let's go to blue. Okay, so now I'm going to mark the ordered pairs for the primes. So V, let's start with S. Let's start with S. S is now negative 1 and 1, 2, 3 up. So it's negative 1, positive 3. Negative 1, positive 3. Okay, now we're going to do T. T is negative 1, negative 1. Negative 1, negative 1. U is go 1, 2, 3, negative 3 and negative 1, 2. Negative 3, negative 2. And V is all the way over here, so it is still negative 1, 2, and up is positive, so positive 2. So negative 2, positive 2. Negative 2, positive 2. Now, to figure out the rule, we got to figure out what happened. What changed from the purple numbers to the blue numbers? What happened? So I see my X's look the same. I got 1, 1, 3, 2. I got 1, 1, 3, 2. But these were all positive, and now these are all negative. Okay, that's a good tip. And now let's check the Y's. I got 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. Those all changed. But my first one was negative. It's not negative anymore. Second one was positive, and that's now negative, and these are negative, and this is positive. So it looks like the numbers stayed the same, but all my numbers changed their sign. So let's look at our chart. So they all started here, and now my X and Y stayed the same. They didn't flip, so it can't be 90 degrees clockwise because this says they flipped. And it can't be 90 degrees counterclockwise because these flip. 80 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise, both stay the same, the X and Y's, but look, they go from being no signs to negative, so they both turned negative. Like Mrs. Abbott, but some of them turned positive. Correct. What's a negative times a negative? Is a positive. So if I were to multiply -1 to the 1, that gets me -1. -1 times -3 gets me a +3, so that changes it. So I see that this rule is -x, -y. Therefore, we rotate 180 degrees. Now it does say either direction. It says clockwise or counterclockwise. It does not matter which one you pick, or just say rotate 180. We are good. So rotate 180 degrees. You can say clockwise or counterclockwise. You can do C or CC. Okay, let's see if we can get one more in together. We are doing the rest of these together on Nearpod. I need to zoom out. There we go. Again with the ABCD, but they don't match ABCD. Okay, so we need to write the order pairs for V, X, and W. We don't need this last one. All right, so remember the pre-image is the one that does not have these hashtag marks. I'm gonna go a little faster because I have 3 minutes left on this clock. So here we go. So I'm gonna start with this shape. Start at 0 for ordered pairs, and let's go to V. V is +1, 2, 3, 4, and down 1, 2, 3. So that is going to be 4, -3. X is 0, so I don't have to go left or right. X is on this axis, so my X is actually going to be 0, and how far do I have to go down? I have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 5, -5, and W. I have to go 1 to the right, so that's gonna be a +1, and I don't have to go up or down, so that's gonna be actually 0. All right, next. Okay, 2 minutes left. I have to get the ordered pairs for all of these ones, so I'm gonna go a little faster now. So I need V. V is -3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4. -3, -4. X is -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5, and 0. And W is 0, 0, and -1. Okay, now we gotta look at the patterns. I see 4, 0, 1. This does not say 4, 0, 1, but 4, 0, 1 is, oops, on that side. So that already tells me that the X and Y's have flip-flopped. And it looks like -3, -5, those are the same. So my Y's did not change, but the X's did. So it will look like they flip-flopped, right? So they flip-flopped. So my X's are now here, and my Y's are now here. And it looks like my Y's stayed the same, but the X's changed. So let's go look what that is. That is X's change, Y, so we went 90 degree clockwise, and we can always check our work. So 90 degrees clockwise. And did it go clockwise? Remember, clockwise goes to the right. So my shape went from here, pre-image, to over here. And it did work. That's to the right, and it works out. All right, let me know if you have any questions.